Hey there, everybody. Welcome back. I know it's been a minute since I've uploaded, but I basically wanted to end the daily streak. It's been 14 months, and I gotta let it go at some time. So, the day after 14 months was accomplished, straight of daily plus uploads, I ended. But that doesn't mean I'm not uploading ever. It's just I'm probably going more like 4 to 5 videos a week rather than 7 to 9 videos a week for my own mental wellness. But we are going to be streaming right now, probably when this is live. If not, maybe a little bit. We're streaming on New Year's Eve. We're ringing in the New Year together. Jenna said okay, and she'll be playing some games with us. And I'm going to go over the 2022 favorites that people sent me on Twitter. But that's not what this video is about. Today, the video is this over here. My top 10 of 2022. Some of you guys were asking in comments like what my top 10 units were. And so that kind of made me think, oh, I am going to do a full barracks tour, probably like beginning of January, once I get my barracks like cleaned out. I haven't done any purging since all of the summons, and there have been quite a few summons. It's not... I'm not going to invite you into my home when my home is messy, basically, is what I'm telling you. But that will be coming soon, if not shortly. But I did kind of have this project that I was overseeing throughout the year, where I would kind of like take note of what units I was using to clear game stuff, like legendary mythic battles, things, in-game content, basically maps, stuff like that. Not so much ether raids in arena, because I still kind of use auto create for the majority of my ether raids teams, so that doesn't really count. But as far as in-game content goes and stuff that I just like wanted to reuse, 2022 was supposed to be my year of revisiting some older units that haven't had a lot of love, we'll say, in the nicest way possible. And I feel like I did that. You're gonna probably see some favorites in here that you won't be surprised about. But I like to think that that's just part of the fun. Yeah. So, this is what we got going on here. This is what we got going on. These are the top 10 units overall, in no particular order per se, of what I used to clear in-game content in 2022. And also, honestly, in like arena and ether raids probably too, to some extent, because there are some overlappages that you might see. So yeah, anywho. The number one, let's just revisit an old classic, shall we? Ira. I know. Ira. We love Ira. We do. I recently kind of updated her, sort of. She's got Vital Astra for the now, but eventually I will probably give her Godlike Reflexes. The Bulwarks and Finish stuff that came out, oh, so good. I don't know if I'll keep Speed Defense Bulwark. I might change it to a different kind of Bulwark eventually. But there's just a lot of healing that goes on with her, and she absorbs damage so nicely. I can't wait for the Resplendent. Genuinely, I'm very excited for the Resplendent. You wouldn't think that was a year one unit, just kind of looking at her, but she is. She's a year one hero, and just absolutely insane. One of my favorites, and I'm glad I did finally bite the bullet and revisit her and gave her proper kit the way that she deserves. I really like clearing current games content with like really old units. It's my new favorite thing to do. I can explain. Let me explain. So Duo Thor is how do I put this? Duo Thor is insane. Okay. When you can just drop a duo skill and like inflict gravity on opponents in front of you, and like this Cav was going to murder me this time, and just now it's not. That's kind of awesome, honestly. So, I'm here for it. I gave kind of like a close combat build, sort of. She's got close reversal, but there's other options too. Obviously, you could go like more full offense. She's just good, man. Like, I will admit, I changed her blessing around a couple times for Arena just because I was like, oh, look at me. I can just save myself by activating her duo skill and just not having enemies approach me this turn. That's pretty awesome. That's pretty great. See, I did burn several blessings on her. But eventually, I stopped doing that because I am a pro gamer. And I don't do that anymore, so... Growth in the year of 2022. She came out mid-year, by the way. This was, I think, July? She came out in July? I think it was July. So, despite being a mid-year unit, I did use her, like, a lot. Like, a lot. Maybe even one of my most used units, to be honest. Like, probably in the top 5 overall. Speaking of top 5 overall. Rhea. Fallen Rhea. Which, can I just say, in my 2022 favorites video, I am surprised at the lack of Fallen Rhea comments that do not exist. Because she technically would have been in the new hero category, which, again, I did say that Brave Teehee was a nostalgia pick. And it, it was like community and yeah. I let my feelings get the best of me, is what I'm telling you. And so, that happens. But dude, Fallen Rhea is insane. In fact, I have not only far save, but also near save on her as well. Currently just using the far save because it's good. True Dragon Wall is nuts. Okay, I stopped using Brave Hector. I just stopped using Brave Hector because of her. And that's kind of nuts. That's a little bit nutty. That's extra, we might say. But dude, I love Fallen Rhea so much. Definitely, probably in my top 3 most used for this year. Just, bro, she tanks so much. She's so awesome. It's so cool. But yeah, basically, the true #1 new hero favorite of 2022 was Fallen Rhea. But I let my feelings get the better judgment of me. But that's okay. I'm hoping for no Rhea ults in 23. That's what my hope is. I'm genuinely hopeful for that. Again. Micaiah. Oh boy. Okay. So hear me out. I came up early on with a Micaiah build called Thicky Mickey. And it was basically just Micaiah, but with close reversal and Mystic Boost. That was it. That's the whole thing. She's nuts. She's insane. She tanks more than she should with only 28 defense. I was so gung ho on this particular build that I actually floretted her defense stats. Yeah. I do crazy things sometimes. That is definitely one of the crazy things that I have done, for sure. Micaiah, she came out in 21, I think it was, and bro, still so good. I'm glad, low key, that she did end up winning the Engage Cup for all of the Micaiahs, because everybody should be able to do legendary Micaiah things. Like, it's a crime that some people are not able to do that. Plus she has the pair up, so you can just swap into, like, tanky unit. I had it paired with Winter Manuel for, like, a long time. Just because Veronica Taylor voices. It was a whole thing. You had to be there. Anyway, point is, Legendary Makai is dope. I used her a lot for a lot of things. Again, a lot of these tomes have close reversal on them. I'm starting to see a pattern, actually, I wasn't aware of before. That's part of the reason I do these videos, honestly, because I learn about myself. I learn things about myself when I do this. And this is definitely one of those things that I am learning. Blast from the past, bro. Patrine! She may not be getting a refine until, like, March of 2024. But... but... she's already goated, so it doesn't matter. When SR Near Trace came out, and I think it was on Summer Neefle, two thoughts occurred to me. One, Mythic Naga would really like this. And two, wait, Patrine actually really wants this. So I gave it to her. And then I had given her Speed Smoke 4, Phantom Speed Seal, because we're cultured over here and we believe in the Phantom Seals, okay? We just do. We do that. I'm really hoping Flamelance is good. It's kind of like, I don't know. It's unique. It's a unique weapon. A little bit of, like, health conditional to hit adaptive damage, but, like, it's so cool. It's so cool. And I hope they did with her what they did to Har, in that give Patrine something that's, like, genuinely good that will last a lifetime. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't have to be the flashiest new thing, just something generally good. Like, if she got true damage reduction or something built into her weapon, I would love that. Or just take away the HP conditional and just hit for res. Actually, no, I want the true damage reduction. Never mind. I want true damage reduction. Yeah, I definitely want that. Yeah, don't listen to me. I'm drunk on year-end happiness. Don't listen to me. What's next? Who else is here? I don't actually remember the order I put these in. Oh! Adeltina, also known as Summer Edelgard, plus Altina. I ended up plus 10ing this unit because the Micaiah pulls were so bad. Yeah. And again, a late contender, which is part of the reason Summer Micaiah is not on the list. Spoilers, I know, but Legendary Micaiah was there to pick up the slack. Another late contender, this one came out in June. The power of Armored Gale Force is nuts. I hadn't really used it prior, and it was so intoxicating, letting Altina just rip through literally everything that was in our collective ways. I am terrified to think about what Weapon Refine is going to look like when this eventually happens. But I'm excited for it. I'm excited to see what that ends up looking like. And Assault Troop is really cool. I don't think we've had it on any other unit since. But if you happen to land it in something like Hall of Forms, it can be kind of fun to play with. I think I got Assault Troop on my Tsubasa when they did the rerun for Tokyo Mirage Sessions. Hall of Forms. It's fun. It's a fun thing to use. And then when you just, hook up Edelgard things to it, you basically have an infantry unit with cav-like range, but with, like, armored defenses. And this will be a very strong contender for Hero Rises 2023 or 2022. I don't know. I think it's 23. Whatever the next Hero Rises is going to be, not the Engage Cup. If they end up doing one, since the Engage Cup ended up happening. I don't know if they'll do 2 Hero Rises, but if they end up doing that, this could very well be part of it. Actually, a lot of good red units in general this year. I just didn't summon for a lot of them. Or use a lot of them, evidently, because my Ira was just too darn good to begin with. And then halfway through the year, I got Edelgard, and then the rest was just kind of over. Imagine. So that was that. Summer Edeltina is dope. Yeah. Yep. Rhea. Which Rhea, to be exact? Halloween Rhea. This was, and may still in fact be, the worst summoning I had ever had on this particular game. I think it was something like 600 summons and just the one Spark copy that I ended up getting. Or 600 orbs, not 600 summons. Oof, imagine. That'd be terrible. Phantom Res Seal, again, because we're cultured. Distant Stance, because why not? I use Rhea like a lot. Like a lot. Like a lot. Probably in this year's top 3, to be honest. Like right up there with Fallen Rhea. And released not too far behind. Only about a 6 months gap between their release, which fun stuff. Fun for me. Oh, my account's gonna have questions this year. Anyway, point is, super tanky, super great. Basically, almost soloed rival Bromains that one time I was on. I'm glad. If I'm never on another Bromains, I'm happy to have left my mark there, even though we didn't quite accomplish, but it is what it is. I love everything about Halloween Rhea. Like, from the art down to the kit, everything is just so good. I'm torn because I want to use Brave Tiki more, but Infantry Green Dragon, and I'm just like, how do I, yeah, you know what I mean? So, but still a top contender. I know she came in like late 21, but boy, did she really light it up in 2022. Let me tell you. A lot of content cleared with Halloween Rhea. Thor. Look, if you don't understand the beauty of Gale Force Dive Bomb Thor, I don't know what to tell you. I genuinely don't know what to tell you. I got aerobatics on her because that's kind of nice to have for, mobility. She's super great. World Breaker is insane. Again, she's one of those where I'm like, I wonder what refines are gonna look like in like 2026. When I'm assuming that's about when she'll get hers. I'm so looking forward to it. But also, like, the game state is just going to be an absolute nightmare at that point. She is one that I'm probably going to give a Floret to in the near future whenever I get those. Or more of those. I usually try and keep a couple in the back pocket for emergency reasons. Because I never know when, like, Makai or Rhea is going to fall in front of me. But Thor's probably, as far as OCs go, she's probably my top one at this point. Mainly because I just use her so frequently. Like, I can't not use a Thor. Whether it's either Summer Thor or it's Mythic Thor, and they both do different things so well that sometimes I just use them together, even though it's, kind of a waste with World Breaker. But it doesn't matter because it's so good. And Dive Bomb is insane, by the way. So if you've never used a Gale Force Dive Bomb Thor, you should. You should give that a try. For real, on God. You can't say enough good things about Thor. Probably my favorite Mythic at this point. Definitely favorite OC. But Golveg is coming at some point, so, based on what her weapon looked like, she seems to be absolutely bonkers too. So, who knows what's going to be there. Titania, another little classic blast from the past. How about that? Titania got a bit of an upgrade this year too. Especially thanks to Arcane Downfall. And even before Arcane Downfall, I would just she has a bunch of axes equipped on her. So I just kind of use what the map needs, to be honest. Uh, she does also have Gale Force. She's got Ruptured Sky. That's kind of like her main special. Um, she is kind of just this jack of all. And I think I refined her in late of 21. And by refined, I mean like upgraded her kit, basically. Um, she's another one that I really want to get Resplendent stats. And I like Ira, I genuinely like the art. I just really want the Resplendent stats. And Jotun Titania would be pretty sick. I'm gonna be honest. Jotun Titania would be so hype. So I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful. But as far as the kit goes, pretty straightforward. You're tanky. I think her stats come out to be equal defense and res. When you've got the speed defense catch boost happening. So that's fun. 40 defenses, 50 speeds. Well, more speed and attack than what is shown once you're on field, but you understand what I mean. She's really great. She's really great. She takes a lot of investment though. She's not one of those older units that you can just like pop in and it'll be like instantly great like Ira. No, Titania definitely needs help. Titania needs help, and it's a bummer, but you know, it's again a year one unit still being like one of my most used in, you know, six years later. Like that's kind of cool. And you know, that's neat. I like that. And then the last one, I know who this is because by process of elimination, I know what the 10 are, just not the order. Nagi. Let's go Nagi here. I think she's getting refined soon, which is great. I used to only ever run Ether on her, but then I realized Aegis is also goated when you're pairing it up with Hardy Fighter. She's got attack defense bond, she's got AR far save, she's got distance stand, like the whole thing. And I think I used to run Dragon Wall on her. I think, which is why she's got distance stance, but I'll be honest, I've used Nagi so frequently. She's probably up there in a consistent top 5 annually. That she has so many skills. She has so many skills. She's one that I will just equip stuff to clear maps because I want to clear it with Nagi. Nagi as a character is so interesting to me that I'm sad she doesn't get enough love. Honestly, I was hoping for Halloween Nagi this year. It ended up being Naga, which is also kind of like the same thing anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But the point is that like I've said this before, she exists in Shadow Dragon to basically make you not lose the game. Like if you kill off Tiki, if you lose the Falchion, she literally shows up in an EX map and is like, "Hey, I'm Tiki 2.0, and also here is fake Falchion for you. Please." Don't get stun locked in this game. And then she, you know, she just leaves without saying anything. So cool. I hope we see more of Nagi. I'm hoping Ethereal Breath is good when it gets refined. Soonish. I think pretty soonish. At some point this year, maybe even the first half. Yeah, by far. Again, I used to use her and Hector for all of my tanking needs. But then when Fallen Rhea came out, it was pretty much the turret. The maps that were Dragon effective got a little bit complicated. They got a little bit complicated. But Patrine was usually there to handle those particular instances, thanks to the boost of Flame Lance and also Ruptured Sky. So, the anti-dragon dragons are problematic to an extent when you're basically using save tanks that are all dragons. But I wouldn't have it any other way. Oh, dang it. That's it. That's my top 10. That's my top 10 at 22. I don't know if I'll release a template for this. I guess I could. Let me know in the comments if you want a template. I can probably release it soon, maybe. Maybe I'll just release the template. I don't know. In the comments, let me know what your top 10s are. Maybe I'll drop a template for this too if I can figure out how to make it be transparent, because evidently Twitter doesn't allow you to put transparencies up, even though it says it's a PNG, but it JPEGs it, but it's still a PNG. It's out of my control. That's the vibe I want moving into 2023. Anyway, speaking of, this is the last video of 2022, so that's it for this for now. I hope you enjoyed our time together. I'll have a proper full barracks tour at some point next week. Fingers crossed. And yeah, that's it. I guess to just wrap up, I want to say how appreciative I am of you for allowing me to accomplish everything I have this year. It was probably my greatest year on YouTube to date, and I've been doing it for a few years now. So I don't know what 2023 is gonna look like, but I have reaffirmed some goals. I have some ideas. I have priorities in place, and so that is my plan. I'm sticking to that, and I hope that you are also around to see how all that goes. So yeah, that's it for now. Thanks again for watching. It'll be a good year, 2023. I got good vibes for everybody for 2023. And if not, hey, we'll get through it together. That's how it goes, right? So thanks again for watching. I appreciate you. Like, comment, subscribe, all the things that Susan tells me to tell you that sometimes I tell you, but sometimes I forget to tell you, but I'm telling you now, so now we have that. And until then, I will catch you next time in 2023. Hooray!